In today, we trying to look at the very sad story of Kendra Hatcher. Her life was taken because of another woman's jealousy and lies. Brenda's broken heart one summer day. Brenda Delgado got an email from her old boyfriend, Ricky. They had been together for many years and were once very happy. But earlier that year, Ricky ended their relationship. He said he was not happy anymore. They stayed friends. In his email, Ricky told Brenda he was now dating someone new. Her name was Kendra Hatcher. Brenda was not ready to hear this. She had not moved on from Ricky. Police say that Brenda decided then that she would do anything to get Ricky back. She was so angry that she was ready to hurt anyone who stood in her way. Kendra's perfect life. For about a year, Kendra's life was almost perfect. She grew up in Illinois and became a dentist. Then she moved to Dallas, Texas. Instead of starting her own business to make a lot of money, Kendra chose to help children. She worked for a group called Smile Zone, which gave dental care to children from poor families. She wanted to make a difference in her community. Kendra was also a kind and religious person. She spent her free time sharing her faith and even helped build churches in other countries. Her life got even better in May when she met Ricky on a dating app. By September, they were deeply in love. They had even talked about getting married. They felt they were a perfect match. The attack on September 2nd, Kendra finished her work at Smile Zone. It was a Friday, and she was excited for the weekend. She and Ricky had plans to travel to Mexico. She drove home to her apartment building. It was a safe place with security cameras and a guard. She parked her car in the garage. Just minutes later, people in the garage heard a woman scream. Then they heard gunshots. One resident called the police. Other people saw a Jeep Cherokee speed out of the garage very fast. The police arrived quickly, but it was too late. Kendra was dead. The investigation at first, the police thought it was a robbery. Kendra's purse was missing. But soon, they found clues that this was a planned killing, not a random robbery. They looked at the security camera videos from the building. The video showed the Jeep arriving 28 minutes before Kendra. A man got out and walked to the area where Kendra would later park. After the gunshots, he ran back to the Jeep, and a woman drove them away. The police did not know who the man and woman were. They showed pictures of the Jeep to the public, asking for help. A break in the case. A man named Jose Luis Ortiz saw the pictures and came forward. He said the Jeep was his. He told police that his friend, Crystal Cortez, and her friend, Brenda Delgado, had borrowed his Jeep that day. He said he did not know they were going to do a crime. He thought they just needed it for work. This was a big surprise. Brenda was Ricky's old girlfriend. The police now talked to Crystal Cortez. At first, she told a complicated lie. But finally, she told the truth. Crystal said that Brenda had asked her to help. Brenda was very jealous of Kendra. She wanted Kendra gone so she could get Ricky back. Crystal admitted she was the driver of the Jeep. She said the man with her was Christopher Love. He was the one who shot Kendra. The plan. Crystal told police the whole story. Brenda could not accept that Ricky was with Kendra. She became obsessed. Brenda first asked other people to hurt Kendra, but they all said no. Then, she met Christopher Love through Crystal. She offered him money and drugs to kill Kendra. He agreed. Brenda and Crystal followed Kendra to learn her habits. They learned her work schedule and where she lived. On the day of the crime, they used Ortiz's Jeep. They followed Kendra home, entered the garage, and Christopher got out and waited for her. Just as after the murder, Christopher was quickly caught. He confessed and said Brenda was the one who planned it. He was sentenced to death for being the shooter. Crystal Cortez made a deal with the police. Because she helped them, she was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Brenda Delgado ran away to Mexico. She was on the FBI's list of most wanted people for 7 months before she was caught and brought back to the United States. She said she was not guilty, but a jury decided that she had planned the murder. She was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of ever getting out. A life lost. This terrible crime should never have happened. Because of one person's jealousy, a kind and loving woman lost her life. Kendra's family, friends, and patients were left with a deep sadness. Her close friend said it is hard to feel happy or safe anymore. Brenda Delgado will spend the rest of her life in prison, but that does not bring Kendra back.